legends. And he let him fuck him with a 13-inch cock. How you let a rookie fuck you is inexplicable, but then again, you're a Marshall, and Marshalls are inexplicable. Now, you were left with practically nothing except for Brady and the real Steve Smith, but the real Steve Smith got hurt, so you were just left with Brady. You did make a come up with letting go Tom Brady and getting back some pretty good pieces in Antonio Brown and Doug Martin. And I heard you just also got a better quarterback than Jay bitch-ass Cutler. So we'll see how you do going forward. But to be honest, I think you're just a benefactor of the fantasy football genocide this year. I'll get back to that a little later. At 8, we got the Underground Kings, UGK, my alter ego. Fuck that guy, he's a punk. He had an awful draft. I think everybody can agree it was pretty terrible. CJ's been a bust. He was told repeatedly to get rid of him. He didn't listen. DeMarco Murray has been spotty at best. However, in typical UGK fashion, he gets a, I don't want to say, I guess he gets a reprieve or something like that. Somebody always comes to him with a gift. And the gift this year was from, well, I'll bring it up again, the Lexington Iceberg Legends. Giving him Todd Gurley was not the issue. Giving him Emmanuel Sanders was. He's a top 15 receiver, and he pretty much gave him up. From what I hear, was for no reason, really. But he did it, and UGK's been the benefactor of it. Now, moving forward, he does have a loaded squad. However, at receiver, we'll see what Team UGK does in the future. Maybe he'll get his third. Maybe he'll flame out like he has been the past 3 years. At 9, the Savages. Yes, you heard me right. The Savages are at 9. It's been a crazy year. Now, the thing about the Savages, in my analysis and in my opinion, is that he's just relying on players whose time may have just passed him. With AP and Megatron and quasi Brandon Marshall, have they really been those same guys that they've been in recent years? I think we all agree no. However, the Savages still think they have something in them. We'll see moving forward. But right now, he might be riding on corpses. At 10, sorry, you gotta bear with me. It's Blitzburg. Mr. White Stallion, Pittsburgh Steeler, Blitzburg. The dumbass drive. He drafts 2 quarterbacks in the first 4 rounds in typical Blitzburg fashion. He has a vanilla unit in typical Blitzburg fashion. He had Le'Veon Bell, and in typical Blitzburg fashion, gets rid of him. Now, turns out he actually got lucky about it because Le'Veon did get hurt. However, that doesn't take away the fact that that was the dumbest trade ever. When you have a diamond piece, and everybody knows this rule, when you have a diamond piece, you keep your diamond piece. That's why UGK's not getting rid of Todd Gurley. That's why Team Action's not getting rid of Rob Gronkowski. We think you being a veteran would know this, but you're stupid, and you're just stupid. But you did get some pieces back, but however, they're still vanilla. We'll see how things go for you, but I don't like your chances. 11, Lexington Iceberg Legends. This is unequivocally the longest retarded name ever for a fantasy football team. Coming off of tutelage of UGK and the Savages and a lot of other pieces, he came in pretty hot. He listened to the higher-ups as far as dealing with a lot of the different owners in the league. It came up. He got Tom Brady, or he got off Tom Brady, for pretty much I don't know, a king's ransom. So, what does a typical rookie do in this instance? He gets rid of his king ransom, giving away Todd Gurley, who was pretty much the steal of the draft. He gave him away for peanuts, pretty much at the end of the day. And then, as a rookie would typically do, he gives away the rest of his team to, counter the dumb shit he did with UGK by getting rid of Beast Mode and the rest of the killers that he had that were even viable. They now play for the Coaklings. So right now, the Lexington Iceberg Legends have, well, look at this team. I mean, does anybody else scare you besides AJ Green? No. But we'll see. Sam Bradford, he sometimes puts up 21 points. Anyway, at number 12, the Fantasy Enigma double, the injured team, or as everybody else likes to call them, the Fantasy Grace. I have no idea how this man is relevant at this point, but obviously the Grace does. He's been graced with 4 victories this year. He does not have anyone, and I mean anyone, and that counts what Breeze did last week. You have no one on your team that anyone is scared of. The reason why you win is because I guess you overpay at tithes on Sunday. That's the only reason why you have 4 victories. You are top to bottom the worst team. Second worst team in the league. We'll get to the worst in a second. Hopefully the Grace will help you moving forward, because it's a loaded and crowded league this year. You may have a shot, but I don't know. A man who lives on faith starves to death. Everybody knows that. The team is the death, the so-so death, or what I like to call the so-so bullshit. He's actually a pretty good manager. He's really active. He tries to do things to better his team. But, well, I guess he's just a victim of his own hustle. Because he has a bad team, just terrible office moves, no movable pieces with the exception of Edelman, but he's white, and this is an all-black league, so we don't really give a fuck about white boys that ain't quarterback. Yo dumbass picks up a wide receiver, but that's fine. He does okay from time to time. You have a trio, which I like to speak on. You have a trio, and trios in fantasy are dumb, A. But B, if you're going to have a trio, you want to make sure they're on a solid team. Your Denver Broncos, your Bengals, your Packers. Good teams. Your trio, my friend, is from the Detroit Lions. The very worst in the league, Detroit Lions. And one of your pieces ain't even fucking Megatron. So moving forward, honestly, I think you might have gotten those 3 wins because you might have borrowed some of the grades from the injured team, but you're not going anywhere. Period. Like, nowhere. You'll sit on those 3 wins for the rest of the year. And everybody knows that. And last but not least, the Outcast. I've been writing up stuff on the rest of the teams because, I actually care about them and stuff like that. But I just wrote go in. So, I'm going to go in. Who in the fuck drafts 5 fucking running backs in one draft? Check that. Who in the fuck drafts 5 shitty running backs in one draft? The Outcast. You, Mr. African, are unequivocally the dumbest, and I mean inexplicably dumbest owner I've ever seen. You draft these stupid, you draft so stupidly. You bring in these shitty running backs who do nothing for you, and then you want to cry about, well, it ain't my year. I'm African and they hate me. You hate you. Because if you liked yourself, you wouldn't have done that. So you obviously hate yourself. You got two pieces that you could have flipped before, but do you do it? No. You got on your stupid African high horse and just went, you ain't gonna have my players. I hate you. UGK actually likes you, my alter ego. He thinks you're a pretty solid guy, but I really despise you. You are the reason why, I don't know, you're the reason why a complete retard can get one win. Because you have one win and you're a complete retard. I personally don't know why you're in this league. However, the Savages still think you're viable. But I don't. You stink. You stink of cuckoo berries and African incense and just futility and desolation and just patheticness. Please go back into your African cubbyhole and stay there. Do not show yourself to anyone anymore. You're not worth our sight. Period. And that's it, folks. That's it for this year's midseason analysis. It may have been a little bit late, but, well, I don't give a fuck what you think. I'll put this shit out whenever the fuck I feel like it. I'll put it out week 14. I'll put it out week 2. Because this is my shit. And I do what I do. So, logging off. This is your mid-season analysis presenter, Jameson Larquette, signing off. Back to you, batter.